Maja John Madden with a little entry about my taste in women. I find them tasty. I'm sorry. Muy sabroso. No. Oh, God. There goes half my audience right there. So, it's a good thing I'm not a gentleman, because I don't prefer blondes. They say gentlemen prefer blondes. Lots of luck finding blondes in this country, you know, they're brunettes. So there's a smattering of blondes, blanca they say here, light skin and blonde hair, and you know damn well that they're not indigenous, they're European. Yeah. So over the course of 4.5 years, I've gotten pretty liberal in my taste in women. I used to have a real prejudice against overweight women. Boy, has that gone out the door. Part of it was having a fat dog. I adopted a fat Chihuahua back in Asheville, North Carolina. And periodically, different vets would say she needs to lose weight. And I said, well, I have her on a special diet. I let her eat anything she wants to, whenever she wants to. And she porked up. She got, I think, 10 pounds heavier than when I got her. And every pound she put on, she got happier. Every pound she got put on, she got happier. Try living in a camper van with a hungry dog. No, they will drive you crazy. You will never get any sleep. They're going to spend the whole night looking for any little morsel of food. No. And Pancho actually became one of the world's all-time great dogs. Loved everybody. Back in Asheville, she had been a stranger danger Chihuahua. Yap, 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 yap. No. So that started my love of overweight females. Pancho. Panchita, my dear friend Diana back in Asheville, Mexican-American, said, Pancho, no, she's feminine. Pancha. So, I took the name Pancho because that was the Cisco Kid's fat Mexican sidekick. So she became Pancho, a.k.a. Panchita. And what a dog she was. So, overweight women. You know, in Mexico, overweight women are hot. They know they're hot. They dress hot. They do their eyes. They do the whole thing. They wear revealing clothing, just like lots of Mexican women do, because they like their bodies, and they don't compare themselves with magazines. And Mexican men, like black men in the U.S., like big booties, and genuinely find these women attractive, partly because they're raised so well in Mexico. A big extended family, everybody touches them, everybody listens to them. They end up with really great self-esteem, and they know they're hot regardless, and I know they're hot. Yeah. Now, I love young women. I love young women, and I love women really of any age, and that's always been true. A lot of my girlfriends have been just about my age, and the really young women that I've dated back in Chicago hit on me. Each of them I said, no, 20 years younger? No. And each of them initiated towards me. Kate initiated by sending me a letter saying, now that it's clear that you're done with Jennifer, I want my turn, and I think you'd be sexually good for me. And I flopped down on the sofa and said, hey, I'm a spiritual guy. I flopped down on the sofa and said, thank you, Jesus! Little did I know what I was getting myself into. Yeah. So, but in Veracruz, there was a woman who was my age, kind of cute, ran a restaurant that I ended up in. Alma was her name, my daughter-in-law's name. How's that for karma? And we were getting into it with each other. It turned out I was going to go to Orizaba, and she lived in some other town real close to here, but stayed in town during the week. And it was supposed to be my last day in Veracruz. And I thought, how much can you do in one day? But when I paid her the 200 pesos for my lunch, I inserted it in her bra, and she had no beef with that. So we were cooking. And then up here in Orizaba, there was a woman that would beg. Not many beggars in Mexico. Mostly they will at least sell lollipops or something. But she'd flat out stand out in front of the AutoZone where I was parked for several days, broken down. And she had no front teeth, but she was sweet. She was sweet, and she loved it when I gave her money, which I did, which is crazy because I don't have it anymore. And I fantasized. I went, Madden, you're insane. But it could be a mercy fuck, you know. And I think actually it could have been great for both of us. Because I do believe in love first. Absolutely. Absolutely. I met a couple on the beach. This was in Texas. Wasn't this? This was on South Padre Island in Texas. I thought he was kind of old for her. Well, it turned out he was her father-in-law, and she had been widowed for 2 years from his apparently somewhat crazy son who had done all kinds of psychological numbers on her. And she wasn't talking about why she was so traumatized. But I'm an old psychologist, and I got her talking about the songs she would respond to. And what came out was that she wasn't traumatized from him anymore after maybe it was 3 years. She was traumatized by all the men who used her for sex, saying they were going to help her. Broke woman with beautiful, smart as a whip woman with 2 kids and down and out. And that really, I already had been squeaky clean. I've been actually still celibate for a long time because partly I keep choosing women who won't offer sex because my mom was a non-touch mom, and my ex and my girlfriend in Chicago, I just kept repeating that bad choice. And because I had met that woman on the beach, if at the last moment it became clear that really they needed to set boundaries against their father, and I was their father's age, something, whatever, I'd go, yeah, baby, good, let's set that boundary. Horny. That's why I'm looking at 70-year-olds now. Now in Mexico, I love it that the school kids wear uniforms all through Mexico. It makes it easy for the poor kids to fit in with the rich kids. They don't have to try to keep up with the Calvin Klein clothes. And when I see that school skirt, I go, too young, too young. And I've inquired with Mexican guys. I said, is there a statutory rape age? And they said, no, man, Mexico, no. But the school skirt, and they are attractive. They're amazingly attractive. And I love teenagers anyway. They're so wild, and I love to support their wildness. So, dogs, no, I have a solid boundary there. Cats, no. Sand traps are out. Birds, no, they're hard to catch anyway. But part of the problem is I keep moving. If I'm just a month or two in one place, you can't develop a relationship. And that's why I actually do want to settle someplace where I can build a community and get to know people. And seduce women on the dance floor, because I am a hot dancer. Women go, oh baby. And the other thing I found out is that my blue eyes are chick bait in Mexico. They are. I'm being told so often I'm handsome. And one woman in her mid-40s wanted me to be her man. And she even got money from her aunt to set me up in an apartment in her neighborhood. But I found out it wasn't to be a love nest. It was so that she would have time enough to turn me into a gentleman. And I said, fuck that. And another woman, 35, stunning, amazing, brilliant young woman, was still getting over a terrible, terrible breakup and still enraged with men, claiming she was fine, but she had 3 months to go on her celibacy break. And she meant it. She meant it. And one night, I was with her for 10 days, and at her house in Cardell, she had 3 houses and 3 cars, including a new BMW Roadster. Her dad just couldn't say no to her. And she let me rub her naked back, and that was hot. And then I said, you know, maybe you'd do mine a little bit. And she said, no, why would I want to do that? So I wised up. And, you know, she was saying she was great. When I said, I got to go back to Alapa. No, this is not going to work. She said, fine, no problem. And I sent a video to my friend saying, Madden, you heartbreaker. Yeah, it just ruined her life. Well, it turned out she was enraged. A woman with no hell hath no fury. So she said she'd give me a ride to Alapa. She dumped me in the town square in Cardell with no money. 7 o'clock at night, getting cold. Yeah. So that didn't go so well. And I'm not even going to tell you about Ray, the little street hustler from Las Trancas, who got me to buy her a pair. I guess I'm talking. I upload my videos at Coppel stores, and after I paid 200 pesos, I paid 1,200 pesos for Pumas. I had just bought off-brand. Coppel is big with shoes. I had just gotten my hiking boots off-brand for 500 pesos. She said, honey. She was all honey and pat. If you call me, oh no, darling. What did she call me? She kept saying, I love you, and darling, and pat me on the butt. In the store, she was patting me on the butt. And so I became, I had a reputation in that store after that. Oh, she got her Pumas. And then when I realized there was no action going to happen. Other story about, let's go back, well, after you buy me this and buy me that, then we'll go back to my place and dance, and I'll cook for you and answer all your dreams. Probably. No, I think she actually was not a hooker. She was just a hustler. Nobody's going back to her place. No. When I said, no, I'm not buying you that, she said, okay, bye, and jumped in the taxi, and she was gone. Oh, God. I'm just getting started, folks. But, yeah, you failed a long time ago. And I'm gonna let you go politely and say, come back soon, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Lots of luck, Madden. Bye.